Hi everyone, so welcome to my 24-week pregnancy update. Please excuse how I look. I just kind of slapped on a bit of makeup and thought I never wear any kind of bright lipstick or anything. My throat's really hurting as well, so if anyone's interested, I'm wearing Russian Red by MAC on my lips and some Bourjois lip gloss on top. And yeah, my hair's just bunged up. But anyway, I am officially 25 weeks and 2 days pregnant, so I'm going to kind of go over what happened in week 24. I had a midwife appointment on Friday just gone, and it went really well. It was at my doctor's kind of GP surgery, which was a bit confusing because I was going to kind of like a centre before, but now it's at my doctor's. And my midwife was so lovely. I couldn't have asked for a better midwife. She was very kind of, you know, into her job and asking how I felt, and she just knew exactly what she was doing. So I just wrote down on my phone in case I'm looking down, because last time I did make notes and I forgot quite a few things. So I'm going to talk about the midwife appointment first. So she checked my blood pressure and urine, and both of them were absolutely fine. Now, the probably most exciting or updated thing to tell you guys is she measured my stomach with the kind of, what they're called, tape measure things. And so at the time I was bang on 25 weeks, because every Friday I turn a new week, and that was a Friday, so I was 25 weeks. But I am officially 25 weeks, but the baby is measuring 26 weeks. So the baby is actually a week ahead, but I'm still counted as 25 weeks because of my pregnancy and stuff. So she said to me, big baby, basically, because I'm quite tiny. I don't know if you guys know, but I'm only 5'1". I'm very petite, and that's the first thing she said to me is, you're very small. So she said the baby's measuring a week ahead and it's nothing to be concerned about, but she did say obviously midwives like the woman to go full term, which is 40 weeks if they can, but she's not going to do that with me. She is hoping that I get induced or go into labour naturally by week 37, which is, you know, that's quite scary. That's not far off. The reason why is because she said if I lasted until 40 weeks, which is full term, I would be very uncomfortable. The baby would have zero room, and you know, you never know, I might have a big baby. At this stage I can't tell if the baby is big or not. So she said, she kind of warned me, and she said, you know, it might happen at 37 weeks, and she never said anything about cesarean. I asked her and I said, do you think I would have to have a cesarean? And she said, if you go by week 37, then your chances are that you can have a natural labour. And it runs in the family. My mum had really big babies. My brother Jack was £9.4 or something like that. He was a very big baby, and she had to have an emergency cesarean with him. So I'm quite glad the midwife told me and she knew exactly what she was talking about, and it was nice to know that, you know, she was thinking of me and she wouldn't want me to go full term and be uncomfortable. And because at the moment I think I am showing, and there are times where I feel very uncomfortable, and I'm only on week 25. So yeah, so that's what happened. And she said she wants to book me in for a lot more checkups, and I can actually have one more scan, which I was really happy about. She said she'd like me to have one more scan to obviously measure and see how big the baby is, but I think that won't happen until in week 30 or something. So that's quite exciting though, because I thought I was kind of finished with my scans, and obviously I'll have to have a lot more checkups, and she can, you know, measure the baby and see what to do. So yeah, I'm not worrying about it too much because things can change, and yeah, so that's probably like the most biggest news to tell you guys. She also asked me how the baby was being, so if the baby was very active, and I feel the baby every single day, which I love. And she said it's very important now in this stage of pregnancy to monitor the baby's movement. So she said the baby can kick up to like 1,000 times a day and you don't realise, but she said if you get more than 10 kicks, that's amazing and you've got nothing to worry about. But if you're feeling like the baby's very quiet one day and stuff, then she told me, you know, it can be very serious, because when the baby kicks me, it's kind of like a reinsurance saying, Mum, I'm okay in here. So that was her exact words, and she said if the baby is having a quiet day, there might not be something wrong with the baby, but it's best to obviously get her checked out. Sorry about my throat. So there's a number on the front of my kind of pregnancy folder thing. It's called a red book they give you in the UK, and she said to ring that if you want to go into the hospital to get her checked. But she said if you feel her at least 10 times a day, then you've got nothing to worry about. So yeah, fingers crossed, you know, that will stay. And I have got an app on my phone, so I'm going to start monitoring her. And she said also, what's up my throat? Every time I film, it feels like I've got a frog in my throat. She also said if the baby is a bit quiet, she goes, have a little bit of a chocolate bar, because it will kind of make the baby a bit more hyper, and you know, then you'll know everything's okay. So that was kind of reassuring. I need one more set of blood tests. She said this was one of my questions on the list to her, because I'm terrified of blood tests. She said at week 28, that's my last blood test. But if my tests from 28 weeks come back that I have low iron, then I will have to have another set. So hopefully it's just one more set. I got my is it MAT B1 or something, which is basically a maternity certificate. I've been waiting for this certificate for ages, but I've only had 3 midwife appointments and I'm on week 25, so that's a good thing, because I said to her, shouldn't I be having more midwife appointments? And she said, you know, if your pregnancy is going okay, there's no reason for you to have a lot of checkups, but obviously later on down the line I will have to have some more. But she said, sorry the lighting's really bad, the sun keeps coming in and out. So anyway, I got my MAT B1 certificate so I can plan my maternity leave. I'm hoping, if everything's okay with me and the baby, I can finish up kind of mid-September, because my due date is the 8th of November, but she could come in October. If they do induce me at 37 weeks, then that will be October. So I've got a feeling I'm going to have quite an uncomfortable pregnancy. I can't kind of look that far ahead, and fingers crossed everything goes okay, but I may have to finish up in August, or I may have to finish up in September, or I might be able to go the whole entire period of time. So we'll see. I also got my form for free prescriptions at dentist, because I've been meaning to go to a dentist, but I obviously wasn't given the form, so I have to send that off on Monday, and they give you like a card thing through the door. Also, my next midwife appointment is on the 16th of August, and on the same day I'm seeing my GP, so my doctor, to get the whooping cough vaccination. They advise you to get that at week 28. And then straight after that appointment I go and see the midwife for another checkup, so that's quite good, and that I can see them both in one day and it gets the vaccination out of the way as well. Yeah, so that's all that happened in my midwife appointment. I was really happy with my midwife, as I said. The first time I saw my midwife and the second time was just kind of like a checkup and my blood test results, but I felt like they weren't very helpful. They didn't even ask me if I had any questions, and you know, they didn't give me all the information I was supposed to be given. I was supposed to be given that free prescription thing and the bounty packs, all of that, and I never got that. So I done research, and you know, I found out that I can get my certificate from my GP and stuff like that, so that's all sorted now. My symptoms for this week have been nothing bad, to be honest. The uncomfortableness, that didn't make any sense. From my last pregnancy update, I said that I was feeling very, very uncomfortable. I was finding it really hard to sleep at night. That's kind of died down a bit. Don't get me wrong, there are times where I feel a bit like uncomfortable and tight on my stomach, but it hasn't actually been too bad this week. So I'd say my leg cramps have gone down as well, which is really good. Yeah, there's not been many symptoms that I can think of. I've been a bit tired, nothing like major, but I have been a bit tired, but I just take naps occasionally or sleep in, and that seems to work. Emotional, I've been quite emotional actually. It makes you paranoid as well, pregnancy. You think like people are looking at you and giving you like funny looks, and I don't know, you don't feel comfortable sometimes being pregnant. But I was speaking to my mum, she said take no notice of them, but I do, because I'm so small and I do look quite young, I do get the odd, you know, evil look from people, and it does make me very paranoid and upset. But I've just got to learn to kind of block that out. But that's basically it. I was very worried when I found out I was pregnant about my back, because I do suffer with very, very bad backaches. When I was with Paul on our first holiday, I suffered a go-kart crash, which was, looking back, it was quite funny, but it really did damage to my back. I had 3 torn discs in my lower back, and it was very, very painful. I had to have an MRI scan and everything, but they have healed up, and fingers crossed, touch wood, that I haven't had a problem with my back yet. And I was really worried when I found out I was pregnant that I would, you know, have terrible back pains and stuff, but it's been okay. I think later on in my pregnancy I might suffer that. But yeah, nothing to kind of update you on. My midwife also told me about the whole itching of the skin. If you get severe itching, you know, if you've got severe itching, then also go to the hospital, and it can start from your palms to your feet and then all over. I can't remember what it's called. If you can leave me a comment, but it began with C. She also told me about that, and she also said if I get severe headaches, then that's really, really dangerous and I should go to the hospital. And obviously pains and bleeding, but fingers crossed I haven't had any of that. So yeah, overall it's been quite a good week, and my belly is getting a lot bigger. And yeah, that's basically it really. So I'm just going to show you my baby bump. Oh yeah, one more thing. I got my first ever stretch mark. It's on my boobs, which is, you know, not a massive thing to me. It doesn't bother me too much because I don't really have my boobs on display, but I really thought I'd have them on my stomach, but I haven't got one on my stomach yet, but I've got a little one on my boob, which isn't a problem. But apart from that, that is everything, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.